right here. We're going to figure out what's wrong with him today. A lot of things always. If you're new to the channel, welcome. You're going to find out more later. If you're a returning viewer, come on, thanks. I know I've been gone for a little bit. I was moving. I'm now in Austin, Texas, live here in Austin, Texas. The dark, wicked Prince of Destiny here. Hit me with it. We're going to look at Ricky Sticky Beato and see what's cracking with him. Do I agree? Do I agree? It's Rick Beato. Do I not agree? Do I concur? Let's check it out.
Have you guys noticed how old all the people on the top of the music charts are?
Like Rick.
Look at the top spot.
Handsome silver fox Rick. I noticed how old he is.
Top 20.
Handsome. Like George Clooney.
Start with Bruno Mars.
Let's see. Bruno Mars is old. Okay, 137 monthly listeners. That's a few. The Weekend 35. That's not that old. These are 30-year-olds. Billy Eilish 23. Not that old, guys. 48. That's old. That's old for sure. Still not that old. Not old. Not old. Guys, this is not looking. I like Rick, but it's looking wrong already. Drake. These guys. Okay, we'll turn Rick down. Rick, you're yapping. Rick, I'm supposed to yap. Let's see. 25. Travis Scott. Maroon 5. Shakira, 48. Guys, I haven't seen this video. I'm living this with you right now. It's because I love you guys. I want to hang out with you. He's really nailing. A lot of these guys are mostly in their 30s, which makes sense because nowadays. Okay, I'm just gonna pause the video here. Friggin' Rick! There we go! Rick! I told Rick! I faxed him! I said, Rick! I need to do a video on this, and that's what we're doing with the guitar. La guitarra, mira la guitarra. I'm learning Spanish. Okay, doing Duolingo. Where are my green birds at? Woo! Where are my bujos verde? Bujos verde. And it's video green owls. Where are my green owls at? Friggin' pájaros verdes. See? You don't want to say que haciendo. Anyways, enough Spanish. No, Rick. See, here's the thing. I stopped Rick here. Why are these guys? I'm going to answer the question. What's happening with these new people? I'm so young. I don't know, guys. Also, by the way, I'm not in the outfit yet because I haven't gotten to the gym yet. I haven't tried out. Boom, some new things for the friggin' outfit. Friggin' bomb killer outfit. Can get the guns out and then friggin' outfit is friggin'. Look at the friggin' vein right there. See that? In vain the membrane. Boom. I need to warm up. I'm like stretching and contracting. It's a lot. It's like, it's very difficult. Yeah, but I'm here with, Wicked Prince of Destiny, Dark Prince of Rock. I haven't shaved down the stubble in a little memento, but this is not the point. This is not the point. What the point is, guys, I'm so excited to see you again. It's been a while. You can see I got a lot of energy because I'm excited to talk to you. Yeah, you, Joe McMahon. Vince McMahon, WWF, Worldwide Wildlife Wrestling Federation Foundation. No, so Mr. Ricky Sticky, Delgado Beato, Rick here, he's saying, why are all these people old? And his definition of old is in their 30s. It's because there isn't a record system as much as there is now. It's more a, once you've already made something happen for you, and you've already gone from 0 to 1. This is an analogy from Peter Thiel, who helped make PayPal. He wrote a book called 0 to 1. It's for business. Business book. Doing jumping jacks through friggin' ADHD and Saxos out there. And so what happened is, friggin' 0 is when nothing's happening. 1 is once it's like a rocket on the planet Earth. Like most of the fuel, like almost all of it, and that you have to spend is like getting out of Earth's gravity and escaping into space. And the instant you're in space, it's really easy to go way farther in space, right? But almost all the fuel is getting up into the air. It's super hard to get something off the ground. And so 0 is your music career when it's not off the ground. When a new artist has no career, it's not off the ground yet, they're not established, they're not selling out arenas, they're not doing it full-time, full-time musician. 1 is when you're selling out friggin' clubs, you can do tours, you can make a full-time living off of music, and so, you got a little bit of momentum, you got things going, you got fans, you got peaks, you got everything happening, crack-a-lacking, stacking, and friggin' growing. Rah, rah, rah. There we go, I think it's a good post for me. called the Alex the Line. Anyways, no, so that's 0 to 1, right? So like once your music career is already at 1, it used to be back in the day, the freaking labels would walk up and say, "Hi, little guy," and they'd say, "You're at 0 right now, right?" We're freaking big G's. We're gonna grab your hand, we're gonna go up the stairs, and we're gonna take you all the way to freaking 1. Take you from 0 to 1. We're gonna get your career off the ground. We're gonna get your career freaking out of this world. You're gonna be going freaking up, right? And so that's what's freaking happening. And then what happened is the whole reason they can have the money to do that, it takes a lot of money to go from 0 to 1, or it takes a lot of time and or energy. You can speed it up with more money, which is what the record labels would do. They'd throw a lot of money at the problem. Because with money you could get, people who would help you build up your, whatever it is, your marketing, your rehearsals for shows, going over songs, hire songwriters to help you, freaking get better songs going, all this stuff. With money you could get, it does take time and attention and care, but you could get more people spending time and giving their attention, giving their care to your freaking craft, your artistry as the freaking artisan, freaking rock and roll, Taj Mahal, freaking golden goddess, And so what happened is, that was all funded, there was cheat codes that friggin' Mario friggin' mushroom of your career that makes you super big. Mario, he does drugs, just kidding. No, but he has mushrooms, but technically they're drugs because they give him crazy abilities, they have a crazy effect, and only last for a short period of time. I'm convinced Mario's on drugs. And now that I'm saying that, I think I heard someone say that before, and it was like a bad comedy sketch, and I was like, I don't like that, it's kind of stupid, estúpido, no me quiere. Wait. I don't know, I do like me. No quieres. I don't like it. No lo quiero. Yeah, sí, no lo quiero. Okay. Told you I'm learning Spanish. No. So 0 to 1. And so they used to have all these people, yada, 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 freaking golden gods, get you freaking sculpted up. The whole reason they had that money to get all those people working on freaking getting your career up was because of freaking CD sales. Every time a record, you wanted to listen to rock music, you had to spend friggin' like $10, $15, $20 per friggin' album on CDs. And so, times a million people, you're making like 10 million a CD even. Because it's like, what's the CD cost? It's friggin' plastic, it's like $2. You know what I mean? And so it's like, okay, what does it sell for? 10 to 15, so it's like 8 to friggin' $13 right there. Okay, times a million. Let's say a band has 1 million records sold. It's like 8 million, 13 million, like. Let's say a band only gets 100,000 sold. Still, it's like 1 million. It's like 800,000 to 100, or 1.3 mil. It's like around 1 million. You're gonna make like around $1 million, even if you only sell 100,000 records, which is like, that's a lot of records. It's a huge amount. But when you've got this like radio infrastructure, you've got the TV shows. No one's got TikTok. No one's got streaming. No one's got nothing. Movies come out like once a year. The cost to friggin' watch a movie is the same price to get a record. The record you can listen to every day in the car. And currently you can't listen to anything unless you're listening to the radio. We're going to be shown and marketed the next record to buy. So it's like this whole system of like, you need to buy music or else what are you going to do? There was a lot more liquidity, money going around in the economy. There's always hidden factors which made it so that like they could throw all this money and still make a bunch of money back. Now the labels, what they do is they find an artist who's already gone from 0 to 1, either themselves or with the help of like a small label or like a small crew, and then they say, hey, now that you're in outer space, we didn't want to spend all that money on the hard part, which was 0 to 1, but now that it's been, 10, 20, 15 years, you're in your 30s, you're already successful, you're like 29, you're 31, you're making whatever, like 60K a year, 80K a year, friggin' up to like 200 grand a year off of your music career with the homies. But you're having to like bust your booty, friggin' hitting the road, touring, playing friggin', dive bars every weekend. Some shows are big, some shows are small. Like you're working your friggin' patootie off, and you've been doing it for a decade. Don't you want to go on friggin' easy mode and become a world famous friggin' rock star? Friggin' hit the stage, hit the screen, be in friggin' Hollywood, be a star, estrella de Hollywood. See, don't you want that? Don't you want that? You've been working your whole life. Why do you want that? We're going to take you there, and so then they take them there. So it used to be they take people from 0 to 1, the record industry. Now the major labels take people from 1 to 100. Well, they take people from 1 to 100 in the past, yeah. They take you from 0 to 100. They take you past the hard part, which is the big, like, giant wall that climb is 0 to 1. In physics or chemistry, well, debatable. Is chemistry a subset of physics? Is everything a subset of physics? Sure, we can get into that. But we're not going to. 190 IQ. No, so Química is how you say, como se dice chemistry in Spanish. Big tangents. We're going on big tangents. What was I saying? Friggin', no, so the metaphors from 0 to 1, this hard part. In chemistry, there's this idea of like, when you've got a friggin' molecule or a bond or like some sort of reaction, there's a friggin' like, for everything to go pop off, this reaction wants to happen, there's a big wall. It's got to like get over the wall. So you need to have enough energy to friggin' throw the ball over the wall. If you don't have enough energy and you like hit the, kind of near the top of the walls up here, it's hard to do. Wait, this is how I do it. Yeah. It's like the friggin' ball hits the ground. The friggin' ball is like bonk, bonk, bonk. And each time it takes energy to friggin' throw it. Like I get tired. I would get tired after a while. So you throw the ball, bonk, bonk, bonk. And then you take the ball, and you're like, now I have enough energy to go boom over the wall. Easy. Now the reaction happens. It's this idea of like there's a friggin' threshold. Threshold. There's a friggin' threshold that you gotta cross over. You need a lot of energy. Boom! A lot of capital, a lot of money. But all this turns into energy. At the end of the day, it's all about energy and power. Rock and roll is, friggin' power. It's a thing that gives you power. But that's a separate conversation for, you and me. That's a different later conversation. Appreciate you having this conversation. Anyways, so they used to take you from 0 to 100. Now they just want to pick you out when you've already gone 0 to 1. They say we're going to take you from 1 all the way to 100. And so that's kind of the role that the record industry plays nowadays. And so, so how long does it take to get from 0 to 1 on your own, trying to figure it out? You've got YouTube, you've got things, you've got friggin' skills, you've got friggin' tools, you've got spitting bars and the manzai in it. You could be doing your friggin' drill career. You can, actually, I don't know, that's drill. I don't listen to friggin' British music. You Arctic monkeys, well, bet you go on the dance floor. I love Arctic monkeys. But I do listen to British music, but I listen to British rap all the time. Get the camera unfocused. Woo! I'm having a lot of fun with you guys today, so that's what's up, is they used to. Yeah, so how long do you think it takes to get your friggin' career up? How my friggin' guitar didn't fall. I like my guitar. I love it. It's my friggin' Kimberly Bighorn, 1960s. No one likes the guitar. Apparently people buy that guitar. I like the guitar because it looks cool. Apparently people buy the guitar just to get these little pickups, and then they throw away the guitar. It's not cool. That's not nice to the guitar. That's not nice. Be nice, people. Okay? Be nice to each other. No, so, friggin', how long does it take to get from 0 to 1 by yourself? It takes friggin' forever. Okay? It takes friggin' forever. What do you think I've been doing for like 4 or 5 years straight? Now, have I been slacking a little? Getting caught lacking? Maybe. I'll take that criticism. I will not debate that. Because I don't necessarily disagree with you off the jump. So, but here's the whole point, is like, I've been doing this for 5 years. I'm 22. I started when I was 17. I started playing guitar seriously when I was like 13. And so it's like, it's been a decade of music, at least. I started doing friggin' cello in elementary school. Did that through middle school. Then started doing friggin' choir. Then started doing guitar. And I started like actually trying to learn how to sing, like, 11th grade, 12th grade. Then friggin' band all of 12th grade. Then friggin' just kept it going. But the whole thing is like, I've been working on music career, working on this stuff, but also like, how do I live day to day? Like, how do I make time for the music career? How do I actually make things happen, And so like, that's a hard, long process. There isn't like, because here's the thing what happened with the record labels. Why could they do it so fast? Because they had the money, they had the resources, they had the people. Most importantly is they've already done it. It's like, if people ask you, it's like, is it hard to make your first $1 million? Yes. Or your first whatever amount of money that like you think is a big goal. Usually it's really hard to make that amount of money, but to make that amount of money again usually isn't as hard. So people tend to say it's like logarithmic, right? In the sense that like, to go from 0 to $1 million is really hard. 1 million to 2 million, if you're talking about your net worth, not nearly as hard. But to go from 0 to 1 million, and then 1 million to 10 million, or to 100 million, that's the same level of difficulty. It's going from $1 million to 100 million. You're like, wow, that's a lot of money. But like $1 million is the same way when you have $0. You know what I mean? When you get $0, you're like, whoa, $1 million is a lot of money. You know, I'm freaking like Batman. So I got 18 more gazillion dollars. No, I'm kidding, I'm messing with you. But yeah, dude, freaking, I'm gonna go to the gym after this and hit some freaking quadriceps. I was doing the freaking, can you even see this? I got my sheath underwear. I'm seeing quads. The 2 legs. So can you see my legs? You can see my pasty legs. Quadricep. Anyways, Quadfather, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? So the labels used to have this knowledge. The reason is because you know how to, you've already learned a way to get from no money to $1 million. And so to just do it again, most of the time it takes for people to make $1 million is to figure out how to freaking do it. You know what I mean? Maybe that's not true. But like to break your music career, most of it is like, how do I make a career happen? You know, how do I make music sound good when I'm mixing it, recording it, writing it, and singing it? Right? Like, I've been writing, recording, mixing, and singing music for a while now, and I'm like just now at the point where I'm like, I know how to make guitars, drums, bass, keyboards. I know how to make a mix sound good. I know how to master it so that I think it sounds freaking good, that I really like it would go. If I heard a band like this, I'd be like, oh, new favorite band, done. Still haven't figured out how to mix the vocals, but I know the also thing I know now, which I can clearly see when I listen to other bands, is like, you need to get the vocals on a track, on a recording. That's pretty much make or break. If it takes you freaking 3 months to get really good vocals that sound awesome, you need to spend 3 months. I had a song that's really good on our first record called Suave. I messed up the mix, but on like the second pre-chorus, the vocal take I got, I hit this thing where I don't know, I did some weird like yodely thing on accident because I was like going for a really long note, and it was like super cool. It like was like, wow, this like made the song like a whole level better. So even though I gotta go remix it, you know, and put it out again when I get around to it, it's like friggin' thing like that made it so much better getting a good vocal take versus live. It's like so many bands like, you know, the vocals like you don't want to like give your voice out on the first night of a freaking 100-day tour. So for me, that's why I'm like build up the friggin' podcast, build up the YouTube videos, build up something bigger so that you don't need to tour every night because you make all that money. Instead, it's like we can tour, you know, like we can play like this city and then, you know, friggin' take a day, chill out, hang out, then the next day drive to the next city, then, you know, go to sleep, get up, have a good day, play shows. So maybe a show every 3 days, like 2 shows a week, you know, or, you know, something like that. I guess it'd be 5 shows every 2 weeks, but like, it'd be like 5 shows every time. Yeah, no, yeah, we're multiple 3. 7s don't go into 3s. Don't want to do it. 2.5, wait. 2.5, 1 in 3 days. 1 in 3 days, so. Yeah, okay, I'm not doing that. Not doing that. Yeah, it's 2 1/3 every night. No, 2 1/3 every week, yeah. So it's like, don't do the math on that. So I guess every 3 weeks, you're doing, yeah. You're doing 7 shows every 3 weeks. Doesn't matter. Anyways, could be wrong on that. I don't want to think about this. Well, now I kind of need to. It's like 9. No, you're doing 9 1/4. It's stupid. This is so stupid. This is the stupidest conversation. Oh, wait, no, 21, 7. Okay, 7 shows 3 weeks. Got it. That was actually really easy. Brain fog. Freaking brain frog. Frog. No, but so basically the whole point is, it like takes forever to figure out that knowledge, and that knowledge, the labels already have the knowledge. So that's why they're able to be like, let's take you from 0 to 1. It's so easy to break you nowadays. Now today's, it's got a little more complicated to break people because you can't just friggin' have them pop up out of nowhere and do the industry plant thing. You've got to try and make the industry plant seem organic. You know what I mean? Like, look at friggin' Bobby friggin' Althoff or whatever. I don't know who it is. But like, all these people, like, you can't just like throw someone, they used to be able to just like create a star, but now with social media and authenticity and all these things, it's much easier to find someone right as they're blowing up and to just friggin' sign them. Because to know how to blow someone up, it's going to take like hundreds of thousands of hours, and now it's like the person is much more important to like if you can blow them up or not. And so that's something that didn't exist back then. You could just friggin' package them prefab, you would say. Prefabricated. They were like, you know, fabricated entirely. The labels just saw, they had an idea, they were like, okay, it's like a movie, you know, we're doing friggin' Terminator, okay, we want a big Jax guy, okay, Arnold, we want this, and they put it together. It's like, those guys don't even know each other, they're not even friends, they just said, oh, we have this vision, an artistic vision that we fabricated, that we've like pre-imagined, and now we need to like put it into reality. So we need to find the components, find people, find the individuals. And so that's what they do. They put it together. They find people. And that's kind of what happens, is they put it together like that, rather than like it organically popping up. But that used to be back in the day. They go 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, and so they had that knowledge on how to do that. Now, the how to do that, there's so many different ways, and there's so many more variables now. And the biggest variable is the individual. They can't just be like plug and play. They are the thing that's like, you can't compromise on having, like if you go, okay, I want to blow up an artist. Okay, well, I've got this idea. Can I plug any artist in and have it work? No. You're like, instead, it's now flipped to any artist who could blow up will blow up in whatever genre or anything they choose. They could do any fabricated idea. The artist self-fabricates, and they wait for the artist to self-fabricate some sort of idea, something, some way of doing it. I'm freaking talking to you directly to the camera. I know we're hanging out and we're talking, but like, that's what I'm doing. And other people are like, I'm making this TikTok. Doing else, you're doing the TikTok. And I'm like, what's happening here? I'm mouthing on with TikTok. It's like, good for them. I just, do what you like doing. I don't like doing that. If you're an artist, I'm going to tell you that. I like doing this. I like talking to Free Rick. But no, so the artists are signing people who've already gone from 0 to 1 themselves. To try and figure that out yourself takes a friggin' decade. And if you're lucky, and then once you do blow up, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm just so sick and tired of being sick and tired! No, so, they get, I don't even, oh God, this sounds obnoxious. I don't even remember what that's from. But I was friggin' reference king. Friggin' forearm king. No, oh my God, I'm just like sore. Might hit some arms too. No, I'm hitting legs, and I'm gonna do some cardio. I'm getting chubby. I'm not getting chubby, I'm actually leaning out. I lost like 10 pounds in the last month or two. Anyways, you're going to click on this video to see my abs. Unless you did, put away the lotion right now. I'm not kidding. Put it away. Put it away now. Just kidding. Unless you're like a friggin' 5'4" goth Latina. 5'8". 6'8". 8'8". 3'8". Anyways, how do you think people can be 3'8"? Actually, they can be 38 if they're on Rick's friggin' list. Anyways, friggin' get 8 sets of that in this week. What are they talking about? I know what I was talking about. Yeah. No, so it takes 20 years to friggin' build up that friggin' stature and to get to that point, and they're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And then they go, okay, labels want to take me from 1 to 100. That's what they do. You know what I mean? It might be 100. It might be like taking 100,000 a year to making 10 million a year. That might actually, if you want to say that 0 to 1, 1 to 100, if you want to multiply it yourself, I mean, it could be friggin' 6 figs. Go from 6 figs to friggin' 8 figs. And then after tax, actually, it's 5 million you're making per year, not 10, because they take like half of your money away in taxes. La 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 la. No. So that's my theory on why do all these new artists fail. Because it's harder now, there's more things to go wrong, and it's really, even if you are, here's the thing, here's the recipe. There's some sort of luck, and then you get hooked to it, and then you just blow up and implode. So really what it is the only people who friggin' survive the friggin' womb of creation right now are the individuals who are always going to survive. They're the only people who ever would have survived, the friggin' dynamos, the friggin' creative mavens. And then they actually withstand and they endure. Not only do they show up every day for like a decade straight, they also like get better, learn, grow. Like this lighting just got way better before the video even started. Are we even recording still? I think we are, but I just want to check. Look at that. Oh my God, it's only been 24 minutes. God, this is a great video so far. Freaking love Rick. Rick is so beautiful and handsome. Friggin' Rick lives in Atlanta. I went to Atlanta. I'm doing my master's in electrical and computer engineering online, remotely, at a university in Atlanta. I went to a career fair there. Friggin' career fair. I tell them I'm self-employed. Self-employed, hell. Me, homie, me how? Nah, homie. Let's see if friggin' Rick has the big.
36 and a half years.
36 and a half, I told you! Because I've been cooking for like 6 years. So let's say you start at 16. Let's see. You start at 16, Oh no, no freaking ads. Freaking ad. Dude, look at this. That's what I'm saying. So, whatever, 36.5. You know, 36 y media. Half. I don't know, I'm trying to say. Half. Chamberlain University. You're not getting, don't look at that. Don't look at this. You see this? Don't look at it. Is Ricky Sticky back on? Oh, let's see. See what Rick has to say.
That's really old.
It's not that old.
List.
No, it's not.
Only 4 people that are in their 20s. Billie Eilish is 23, Sabrina Carpenter is 25. But Post Malone
Who?
and Dua Lipa are
Who?
29 and almost 30. They're both going to be 30.
Oh my god, it's so gross.
For comparison, in
So
1965, the Beatles released their 6th record
Yeah.
ever sold. On that record,
Got it.
John Lennon was 25 and so
Yeah.
McCartney was 23,
okay.
and George Harrison was an astounding 22 years old.
That's me. I'm George Harrison, 22 years old.
And if you think
Baby, you can drive my car.
examples of that.
You're not gonna be a star. Baby, I love you.
That was their 10th album, and they were both 20.
Yeah!
Another great example of Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder was
Dude, freaking Danny Elfman from One Up Way didn't start cooking until 31. Then, in like a decade, 2 decades, the greatest band of all time. Just kidding, it's Black Licorice, my band. Let's see. You just named people who used to be young in the past. These people used to be young because we explained 0 to 1. It would take you from 0 to 1. And so he's talking about why did they go from 0 to 100 in their 20s, in their mid-20s? Because someone grabbed them and scooped them up to 21 and helped them blow up a career for 4 years. Bruno Mars is like friggin' 800 million years old. He's a dinosaurio. Bruno Mars is a dinosaurio. A dinosaur in Spanish. Barney, you know the purple bloke? Oh, you know the purple bloke named Barney. He's a dinosaurio.
So why is this?
Rick, I told you! The Matthew principle from the Bible
refers to the concept of cumulative advantage.
Cumulative
When
advantage.
you already possess an advantage like wealth,
The labels used to have
Spotify
cumulative
listeners tend to accumulate more, while those who start with less tend to lose what they have. In economics, individuals with more wealth have more opportunities to invest in things and generate even more wealth.
They already know what to do, they already have the skill, and they already escaped 0. They don't have space.
Already famous in the early
You got the rocket
2000s
out of space.
mid-2000s.
God damn, that's so tight. Oh my god.
Baccarini advantage on this list because
Bushido. Effect. I'm gonna call this a friggin' Bushido effect.
Higher on the list.
That's friggin' escape velocity. You friggin' have a velocity to escape Earth's gravity. It's escape velocity. It's friggin' escape velocity. It's friggin' escape velocity, Rick! Oh my god, Rick, it's escape velocity. Rick, where's our bang the table? Let's get back to
I have almost 5 million subscribers.
Holy
And
cow.
I will get there if you hit subscribe.
Yes! Go follow Rick! Follow Rick, Rick's great. Rick's great.
And you see, oh, this video is going
Follow Rick! I bought the Beato book. Rick didn't teach me how to make good chord progressions. That's all I wanted. He taught me how to Google basic jazz facts. I think of freaking GPT and freaking experiment in the trenches. Or I have to go look at songs from freaking Ringo Boingo, the Cardiacs, whoever, and freaking Blur, and figure out, like, okay, look at For Tomorrow. What's he talking about? Social proof. Yeah, dude. He's talking about freaking advantage. Once you're already 0 to 1, going from 1 to 100, it's easy. You're already famous, you're already cool. Going 0 to 1, once you're already freaking out outer space, there's nothing to push against you. There's really nothing there, no force pulling you back. You know what I mean? Freaking más ejercicio! What's happening, guys? What's happening? Oh man, I'm just gonna so much. I'm just ready to get the sinuses going. I'm gonna feel no, I don't. I'm talking to you guys. Rick, your point.
Because I have 2,000 videos on YouTube.
Rick's already got 2,000 videos.
And because YouTube is the best platform.
I love Rick! I love Rick!
People in their
It's a search engine.
They go to YouTube.
Let's see.
They go to other
Let's hop up. I'm like
YouTube
friggin' Kermit the Frog. I'm
videos.
friggin' Kermit the Frog.
So if you want to learn to do something,
Hi, Kermit.
search it on Google.
Let's see.
Find the top YouTube videos.
And
if
Google
you
it?
want to do anything.
Really?
And those are the ones that you do.
Oh my God, how
That's
much longer?
competitive
Rick.
advantage over
Rick!
others, which is why these people
Rick!
on Spotify keep
It's
getting
people Rick, a moment, please. So when people learn how to do something, they keep doing it. Let's think about that. If you figured out a way to make friggin', you know, No, so if you figured out how to get friggin' 800 gazillion, you know, people to listen to your song and to buy your merch and to make you like $3 million when you put out a song, would you never do it again, or would you do it again immediately? You would do it again immediately. So let's say I find out how to make a video that gets, I don't know, let's say 1,700 views called Rick Beato, he lied about everything. Or no, Fantano, he lied about everything. And then Rick Beato, let's see. I was making a video called Rick Beato How. Rick Beato wrong! Rick Beato wrong again! Rick Beato wrong again! And I made this freaking Rick Beato wrong again, and I was like, let me get some scales going here. I'm doing the friggin' Ionian scale. 3 note per string scale variations, by the way, if I'm learning guitar. I have some tutorial videos on my channel, by the way. I said, Rick, you gotta be, you gotta be, beat your sticky little, icky little, Ricky little, sticky little, icky little, Ricky the dicky little stick. Ricky sticky, Delgado, Beato, yeah. I'm tired, I can't sing right now. No, so if you figure out how to get friggin' 1 million views on a video, you would just make another video that got 1 million views. Now, I'm being hyperbolic. Oh no, so this is the example I was using. Is 1.7 thousand views, which I got on a friggin', or the 2K views on a friggin', Rick Beato wrong! Rick Beato wrong! And I got friggin' 1.5 million views. People in the friggin', shut up! Listen up, okay? Well, I did the camera, I shut the camera. I friggin' moved too hard, I friggin' shook the wind. You know, I made it so I'm looking. Oh, there we go. Hi there, sorry about that. That's erotic behavior. I don't care. Boom. Actually, this is how you do it. Ow. Forearm. I don't do it. Make love, not war. Make love, not war. With your freaking mom. Just kidding. You should love your parents. It's very important. And you shouldn't fight with them. That is important. Now, if they're unreasonable, you know, give it space. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. But so, I figured out how to get friggin' 2,000 views, maybe a couple hundred views in a video. It's have Fantano, have Rick, say something crazy off the bat. I also figured out how to get a couple thousand, not always, but I also figured out how to get a couple hundred views and get subscribers and followers on here. My goal is to get like freaking 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. With freaking quads, you see the quads. Rah, 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 like a freaking alligator freaking swimming with his big freaking quads. No, I feel like these are like the eyes of an alligator where they poke out with the freaking. When you look at your friggin' thing, you got beefy friggin' quads, when you look at your knee. Look at your knee. These quadriceps, look at the knee. No, so I figured out how to make friggin', you know, I figured out there's a button where I was like, oh wait, if I press this button which says make video on friggin' Sticky Ricky or Fantano Anno, or friggin' Kendrick Lamar, I could just be like, yo, Rush would have given a better performance than Kendrick. And people would be like, wow, it would have less social significance. I'm like, I didn't say it wouldn't have more social significance. I just said the audience was bored during Kendrick's in the stadium, and the year before Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre did better. Because at performing, at getting the audience to enjoy themselves and have fun. It's an audience of drunk people cheering for friggin' C to E, for concussions, for people getting brain injuries, you're not going to reach them with some political message. While people on Twitter saw it. It's like, the only people who cared about Kendrick doing the thing were people who were already going to congratulate Kendrick for doing the thing. Anyone who didn't care didn't even watch this halftime show. I was at a bar. No one was watching it. Like, unless you wanted to watch it, they were watching it, but you're already a Kendrick fan. Anyways, but then it's like, just do it yourself. I mean, it's good for him to put on his resume, I guess. Like, who cares? Like, he's got a resume, he's doing good. There's nothing here. There's nothing happening, so it's like, I was just talking about one aspect, but ultimately, that's an easy way to get a click. So it's like, I think there's a button I can press, and if I press it, I'm going to get followers, I'm going to get subscribers, so I banked like 48 videos in one friggin' night. I made 45 videos. Why X-Band would have been better than Kendrick Lamar at the friggin' Super Bowl. Would have cooked Kendrick Lamar, to use the parlance of Los Niños. And it worked, so I kept pressing the button. I was like, oh, I can get like 1,000 views, let me press the button. I can get 200 views, I can get 300 views, let me press the button, let me keep pressing the button. Friggin' press the button, friggin' do it. So I did it. And so it's like, if Rick already knows how to press the button, he get views, he's gonna do it. Look at his title. It's worse than you think. The truth about why new artists fail. I would be like, Rick just doesn't get it. How can he keep getting away with this? I'm gonna say something like that. I'm gonna make that the title. And then you're gonna click the video. That's how you did. That's how you did. Unless you're, friggin', you saw this handsome mug and you said, I need that in my life. I need that. And I don't blame you. But let's see what the rest has to say. So, but he called it the friggin' Matthew principle. Friggin' El Principio del Matthew. Del friggin' Matthew. The Matthew principle. Principle Matthew, can I use the restroom? Friggin', let's see what Rick has to say.
Being around longer.
Time in the game. Time in the game is friggin' time. There's a saying about this, but this idea that, like,
I'm not going to tell you that it's impossible to.
Oh, no, it's literally friggin' time on the field in the sport. The time you're in the friggin' studio, like, in general, as long as you're not being a complete buffoony, the more time you spend doing something, like, the odds of you succeeding go up by a lot. Like, I'll give you a good example. Like, a year and a friggin' half ago, in, like, January, I was like, shoot, I need to build on my friggin' social media. So I did a bunch of, like, review videos that got no views, and I, like, did 40 of them. I was doing, like, 5 days, like, brutal. Got, like, no views. And then I was like, let me get into grad school. So I went and friggin' said, okay, I got an economics degree, friggin' business economics degree. Let me see if I can get a friggin' master's in electrical and computer engineering, because I'm friggin' smart. And, like I'm a big nerd, 190 IQ Jew. So I friggin' did that, so I took a detour. So that was like January 2024, and then I got into friggin' grad school and was applying, like doing all that. And then around the summer, I started doing solo podcasts, just friggin' talking to the camera, just being like, boom, 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 what's happening, homie? So I started doing that for a while, and then eventually I got to the point where I was like, wait a minute, I should like get guests on, and then like there people will watch it, and then they'll follow, and they'll become like a fan. So I started getting a bunch of guests on. I did probably 30 of those with like guests. Doing interviews, I grew that skill of interviewing people, setting up things, and even if I didn't feel like doing a video, saying, hey, get the heck up, Mr. Guy, go and do the video. So I built that skill, I built that intuition, I've gone through that enough, I kind of know, like a good example for me is like, I know in the gym if I burn myself out, or if on stage I'm singing and I keep screaming and keep pushing and abuse my voice, it's going to injure me. Like, it's about being able to do this. About being able to tussle. There's a great man named Mike O'Hearn, who is a bodybuilder and a powerlifter, and he's like almost, I think he's almost 60 or in his 60s now, but he looks insane, and people might say, well, he's taking, all sorts of compounds to achieve that, but there's lots of people who take compounds to achieve that, and they don't exist at 60. The reason is because all these people break, they're training, they push it too hard, they do all these things, like, do you want to like look good, have a good physique in your 20s, and then be broken? You know what I mean? And always be like, oh yeah, in my 20s I was good. Or do you want to like do things in a way that makes sense, it's logical, it's slowly over time you build. And so the only way you learn like how to like pace yourself but still put in the reps, still get, and keep in doing the things without breaking yourself, is because you've done it so many times. Like I broke myself too many times. I said, I watched the friggin' Dr. Mike from Renaissance Periodization video, and he said, do friggin' 50 sets per workout. And so I started doing that, and like, I literally like fainted and died and like couldn't walk for a week, and it was like horrible. And then I was like, okay, freaking Dr. White's an idiot. Don't listen to what he says, but also, okay, let's like take this back. And then I did like a couple of weeks ago, I was like, let me put my freaking max squat on. Maybe not max, but I was like, I'm like not good at squatting. And so I was like, and my limiting factor was like my low back, which is not what you're trying to hit. And so I was freaking like squatting like a ton, and I like broke myself. And I literally like had to like rest from like working out for like a month. And so like now with this knowledge, I'm like, okay, I know how to pace myself, I know how to do things. All this is to say is I was posting a bunch of videos out of nowhere. I've been on and off podcasting for like 4 years. I'm doing my band on and off for like 4 years. I mean, I'm always doing the band, I'm always writing music, but how much of it's getting produced, put out, and recorded, and it's like, why? Because here's the thing, I have great songs. Go listen to Tell It To Me, go listen to Fun Times. My band's called Black Licorice. A lot of it sounds like kind of like White Stripes, Early Arctic Monkeys, Green Day, that kind of thing. Get over there and you'll enjoy. But the whole point I go to say is, my problem isn't that I don't have good music. I need to make more good music. It's not even a problem. The thing I need to work on to go from 0 to 1, the next thing is reaching out to you and getting people, giving people a reason to care. It's like, well, I wish people care. First off, maybe they get something out of these videos. Maybe just a little, get to watch something during lunch. It's a little more fun. Like Rick Beato. I like Rick Beato. And so it's a little fun to talk with someone, to freaking chit-chat about Rick Beato, to hang out and talk about these topics. Because no one's talking about these topics. And if they are, like Rick, well, I love Rick, but Rick's like friggin' not in his trenches right now. He's got a completely different experience. So I can like add to what Rick's saying here and give you a little bit of something to think about. And so that's kind of what I'm doing here. Boom. But the whole point is to say this wisdom, these things that you learn, like don't push yourself too hard, don't burn out, like don't do 48 videos in a night unless like you plan on not doing any more videos for like a week or two to completely reset. Like you're gonna break, you're gonna lose your enthusiasm. So it's like, you gotta balance that. And as an artist, you really have to know that. And then you also have to know, like, wait, what am I doing with my life? What do I actually hate? What do I actually love? And how do I get more of the things I love and do more of the things I love more often and less of the things I hate and do them less often, right? If I have to. Which you always have to do stuff you don't like. Like waking up in the morning. I don't like waking up. I'm like not a wake up person. And then I'm like, I should be doing something by now. Maybe I'll turn the camera on and that'll wake me up, because that always does. Like, I'm always hungry until I'm, like, doing a friggin' video. I don't even know. It could be, like, for an hour. I guess I checked the time, so it was 30 minutes. But that was a while ago. Oh, my God! But no, so it's like, what was I talking about? It's friggin', I know what I'm talking about. I would say that. It's a reflex. I said no, like, I don't know. It's like, I do know. I stopped saying that. I'm working on stopping saying that. So, yeah. There's a friggin' fly. Fly, hey there, fly. Oh, fly. I can't get this fly. I'm like way bigger than it. I'm like a big gorilla. Like a 5'7" gorilla. Ain't no business like monkey business. What are you saying? I do remember what I was saying. Let me just start talking about it. No, so this idea of finding, that balance in learning these things. It's time. Oh, time. Yeah. Time in the game is more important than, I don't know, whatever. There's some sort of phrase for it. Oh, no, that's what it is. It's like with investing in like stocks. It's like time in the market. I don't know. I forget what it is. There's some friggin' phrase like that. But the whole concept is, it's just about, and it really is an endurance game. And it's not endurance like a sprint. It's just like, can you sustainably do something? It's really a matter of sustainability. If you figure out how to do something sustainably, you win, guaranteed. And so that's kind of like, it's kind of what I think. There's a lot of wisdom. Basically, it's like the more time you spend, doing something, and I don't mean like uninterrupted, I just mean you do it regularly, and then you build up how much time you're doing it, and slowly you're doing it a lot, right? Like if someone wants to run a marathon, which I think is like 13 miles, I could be wrong on that, maybe it's 26. I think it's 26. I don't know, I also don't care. But it's like a large number of miles. If you don't do any running or especially running, if you're doing any actual running or walking really, and you're a friggin' like bulbous, queen, you're friggin' BB, big beautiful bulbous bellied babe, a 3B, bulbous bellied babe like my swab. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not friggin'. I hate that friggin'. I hate that friggin'. It's good. No, but if you're freaking bulbous belly and you don't run, I don't run right now. But you have to slowly start running consistently, a little bit. You start running consistently quickly. It's not a slow process, but you start running consistently, but you run for small amounts, right? Maybe you do one day that's like a medium day, one day is, your very short day amount of running that is. So let's say you run like 2 miles, 1 day, rest, 4 miles, 2 days rest, 2 mile rest, 4 miles, 2 days rest. You know what I mean? Like something like that, where every 5 days, like you're getting mostly rest, but then a short run, and so slowly you would add time onto your friggin' 4 mile and make it a 5 mile, 6 mile, 7 mile, 10 mile, and you slowly add a little on your lighter day, but you're getting that consistency. You don't just go like straight to, I run for 13 miles a day, even if that's what you want to get to. I do 13-mile runs twice a week. It's like you have to start with like 0-mile runs. 1 mile. Okay, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 4, 5. Like slowly over time, because you want to be able to run a friggin' marathon today, in your 20s, or you want to be able to run a friggin' marathon for the rest of your life. And like that's the important thing. Like I'm 22. I don't want to be able to sing really well now. I'd like to, but I'd like to be able to, I want to be able to sing well enough to do things that are enjoyable and to make good music into my freaking 70s and 80s. Now, do I think we're going to get freaking AI technology that's going to let you just manually change your freaking body, like a freaking video game and creative mode freaking Minecraft? Yeah, sure. Maybe freaking Fortnite. I don't even play Fortnite. I never played Fortnite. You might even believe that. I'm a big gamer. I'm a big living. I'm a freaking nerd, okay? I'm a real nerd. Real nerds don't even play video games. They just do math and just spiral. They spiral. No, they make freaking reality their video game. It's like, how much more fun this is as a video game from talking to you guys right there. Thank you for watching the video. You're so nice. Hey man, look at me rocking out. I'm on the video. Hey man, look at me rocking out. I'm on the radio. Without you, Lisa. They take me away from the strangest places. Sweet Daddy Lisa. That friggin' System of the Down song. Hey man, look at me rocking out. I'm on the radio. I'm on the video. Boom. No, it's like time in the game is the most important thing, and so it's approached with longevity. So the people who approached with longevity and were able to show up consistently, maybe not they showed up, they did the most when they did do, but they just consistency. Because then over consistency, you build your capacity of what you can actually do, and you slowly increase about 10%, 5% week to week to week to week. Like, when I first started working out, there's a thing called bench press, and this is not a strong movement for me particularly, not in particular. Now, at this point, I've been doing it long enough with all this stuff where I'm like, compared to where I started, I'm very good. Compared to, world records, no. But, for me and my body weight, I'm like, gosh, this is insane. Because I know where I started. I started where, for the bench press, you have a metal bar that's 45 pounds that you have to, laying on your back, push, right? And no, at first, all I could do was the 45-pound bar. That was, really difficult. And then, I slowly built up over the course of the year to add 45 pounds on each side, so 135 pounds. So, that's almost whatever, it's triple. It's not almost, it is triple. It's triple. Anyways, I worked up from doing freaking 45 pounds over the course of the year, doing, triple that. And then eventually I got to the point where I did, 225, which is 5 times 45. So I did freaking 225 pounds bench press, and that was crazy, but, my form wasn't that good. It was, it was a little shoddy. And, now it's to the point where it's I haven't tried it again, but I'm going on, a machine, a friggin' machine, and I'm doing, slow reps with, 160, just going, boom, friggin' boom, friggin' working on the hardest part where you have the most tension, the most stretch, and I'm doing it on a friggin' incline, so I'm friggin' getting the upper pec, not, the whole pec where I'm more, more strength. Well, it's not turning in the friggin' triceps, bringing the triceps in. So all this is to say is I could probably do, a lot. compared to the friggin' 45 I started with. But it's not because I was trying to like hit my hardest, strongest bench press every single time. It was the most I could. It's like I wasn't showing up saying I need to write 80 songs this week. Like that can be a good exercise if you want to just like give yourself a challenge. It's like, I'm gonna make 30 videos this week. I can say right now, like starting Monday, 30 videos. And so anything I get done this weekend counts as like one of those videos to get to it. But like to friggin' 30 videos, but friggin' end of friggin' Friday. For the end, you know, if I get to Friday and I got 30 videos, Drew, I friggin' won the year. If I get to friggin' Sunday and I got 30 videos, Drew, I've won the friggin' year still. It's like a month's worth of videos. You can really start getting ahead, make a ton of videos for you. But that's that whole thing, is like I can set myself that goal that's like, okay, like get 30 videos done in a week. But the real thing is because I want my brain to like see that as super attainable and like that's totally doable. You know, because even if I say I'm gonna make 80 videos this week, which I don't think I would say that, but like let's say I said, how about I said I'm gonna make 60 videos this week? If I said I'm gonna make 60 videos this week, my brain's gonna start to think that 30 is extremely doable. If I'm like, well, I gotta make 60, I might not be able to do that. I mean, I'll definitely be able to get at least halfway there, because your brain thinks like that. You know, a lot of people do psychology. But yeah, it's friggin' like, the whole point is, you can set yourself a goal like that, but the real thing you want to kind of do most of the time, most things you're doing, first off, it's when you're starting doing something, the goal is to just go and play around with some things and just start to see what feels good, what seems to feel right, what seems to work. You know, what am I kind of feeling? Am I liking it? Like right here. Am I liking doing these videos? Yeah. Am I stressed out? No. Talking to you like this, very nice, very fun, very loose. When I was like, microphone, and I got this outfit, and I gotta be right here on the camera, and like I gotta be like, it's like talking to you like this, it's like, ah. But talking the way I am now, much more relaxando, relaxing. But mucho más relaxando. I don't know how to say relaxando. For español. Yo no lo sé. Anyways. But yeah, it's like you want to originally, you just want to play around with something and then, okay, finishing this. You want to play around with something new that you're trying to do that's trying to be a habit, something you want to do like for the next 5-10 years and like do, like that's a thing that I do and I'm good at. Eventually it may turn into a career, like anything like that. You want to really start out with like experimenting. Right now I'm experimenting with different video styles. Like actually right now I want to, so my goal is by the end of the year I want to get to the point where like I'm consistently have daily videos coming out. By the end of the year I want to be at a place where daily videos are happening. Doesn't mean I've got 3 years worth of videos already recorded and ready to go on YouTube for the next year. It's like, no, I've just got like, I'm at the point where I've built up that habit, I've built up the capacity, right? Like, that's more important to me than actually like saying, well, I did 1 month where I recorded freaking like 80 videos. Like that's not that important to me as much as like building the habit, building the identity, becoming a person who is a YouTuber. If I do daily videos and, you know, over the course of friggin' June, July, August, you know, Q3, the third quarter of the year, and the fourth quarter of the year, Q3, Q4, you know, June, friggin' July, friggin', well, I guess, and plus July, but plus June, I mean. July, August, September, October, November, December, plus friggin' add-on, June, it's like 7 months. If I'm working up from like 1 video a week up to like daily videos, up to like multiple videos a day, up to I've got 3 months in advance of multiple videos a day, you know what I mean? It's like, maybe not multiple videos a day, but like, you know, maybe like some days of the week I've got multiple videos and then like keeps building up now. I've got even pre-logged and I really have to start doubling up on videos because I've got so many videos already made. Like, that's kind of how you want things to go, rather than friggin', oh, like I need to do 80 videos right now this month. It's like, what are you doing? You know? But there is like that pain, the pain of like not doing something is very immediate. Like I'm not making a video. Like yesterday I was like, oh, I started noticing I was like getting worked up. I started like wigging out. Because I was like, I haven't done my video yet. I haven't gotten back to doing videos. I did like 8 test videos to see how the freaking lighting is in here. And it's freaking awesome. But it was just like, I was like wigging out. I was like, how am I the audio? It's like, freaking iPhone. Rick Beato. iPhone. So, That's the game from 0 to 1, though. On whatever thing you're doing is like, start slow, right? So Rick says, the truth of why new artists fail. This is how new artists succeed. He's telling you why they fail, I'm telling you. And if you just, test this out. Don't just go all in. When you listen to someone, this is very important, because I've done this enough on the internet. If someone tells you, this is what you gotta do, this is how you do it, it's like, this is something to test. Gently at first as well. And then if it's starting to seem to go well, then I'm going to ramp it up. Like, here's something. Any advice you hear about health or fitness or this stuff, people are like, no friggin' caffeine past noon. No friggin' coffee, no friggin' energy drinks. You shouldn't have caffeine at all. Caffeine's bad for you. I don't like caffeine. Caffeine's bad for you. It's like, no, you don't like caffeine. Caffeine's bad for you. Or, it's not even bad. It's like, you don't want to have caffeine. It doesn't work. It doesn't get you what you want. It's friggin' cause and effect. The outcome you want does not happen when you do this thing. It causes not the outcome you want. So only do things that cause the outcome you want. Or, over time, transition things from the things you don't want, to things you want. That's simple. But all this is to say that someone said, like, freaking Brian Johnson's like, yo, it's not actually that you have 8 to 10 hours of sleep at night. It's going to fix you. He's like, a really important factor that, like, half of the benefit, of getting good sleep is actually waking up at the same time. And preferably going to bed and waking up at the same time. So it's like, if you go to bed at the same time every night, wake up at the same time every night, and you get, like, let's say you get 7 hours, right? Let's say I go to bed at 2 a.m., I wake up at 9 a.m. Let's say I go to bed at 1:30, I wake up at 9 a.m. That's like, freaking 7.5 hours. That might be better than if I get 10 hours a night inconsistently, constantly swapping from, like, waking up at 2 a.m., waking up at 7 a.m. Like, that might be worse. But that's what, in theory, and that's what I've heard, and that's what science says. Science is always, like, a distribution of people. And sometimes you're at one extreme, and sometimes you're at one other. Now, usually people are in the middle, but you, when you're looking at all the hundreds of thousands of different variables, what are the odds that you are always within the 2/3 of people who are pretty much average on, how it affects them? The odds that you're, extreme on any one thing is 0. The odds that you're significantly far from the average on at least one of the hundreds of millions of parameters of, do I sleep well? Do I respond to cold weather and Advil? Like, all these, whatever the heck it is, the odds that you're not extreme on any of these is 0. The odds that you have something, like, that you have different from most people is 100%. You probably have hundreds of things that are different from you and other people. And so it's like, just focus on those, because those are the only ones you actually need to figure out. And so with those, experiment. So likewise, if someone says, I do freaking videos where I talk to the camera, I do this every day. Like, you gotta go. Like, if you want to start doing YouTube and you want to be, like, successful, like, you gotta do that. Like, you gotta go. I use this editing software. I'm gonna edit this video. It's going for your Riverside. If I want to do a video that requires editing, I'm gonna go do it in my brother's room. I love my brother. Mark. If I'm going to go do a video that requires editing, I'm going to go to Mark's room, I'm going to record it there, I'm going to be like, Mark, I'm going to download your friggin' big-ass computer, and you're going to edit it on there. Like, that's what's going to happen. I'm not going to friggin', go in there and do anything. Oh, I think I put my weight on my left foot, by the way. Oh. Constantly trying to put my weight on my right foot. Fix that balance issue. I was doing friggin' 240 leg extensions after doing squats. Like, friggin', my legs, my quads, friggin' bulbous, friggin' strong. So I'm thinking I might hit some legs, just a little bit of machine stuff. I don't want to be too banged up. I'm trying to start doing like 45 minutes of friggin' Stairmaster every day. It's really working. I'm like, leaning out. But leaning means losing fat. Yeah, without fat is leaner. Or with less fat is leaner, percentage-wise. Anyways. A lean cut of meat is one without as much fat, mostly muscle, yada yada yada. So when I say I'm leaning out, it means I'm removing fat from my physique while maintaining or maybe having a little bit of muscle go up, or losing negligible muscle, losing a tiny amount. Anyways, so how do you make things work? This is the whole point I was saying was, you want to start with a little, and you want to experiment. You want to say, I'm going to do a little with once or twice or 3 times a week of whatever the new thing is, whatever feels doable at first. I'm just going to do it once. I'm going to do it today. I'm not going to do it tomorrow or in a year. I'm going to do it today. I'm going to record a video tonight. Like, that's it. That's like, you know. And here's the thing. When I go to this, I say, I'm going to record a video. I'm going to pick something to start talking about as a conversation starter. And then we're going to, like, see what happens. If it's only a minute video, it's like, okay, well, I did a minute video. If I don't edit it until, like, 4 days from now, it's like, okay, but that's, I'm going to tell myself psychologically, I'm going to go do a video. It can be 30 seconds. But once I get there, I'm going to say, well, I just set up all the lights and cameras, like, and I clicked record. I'm not going to, like, I might as well just talk a little more. Like, okay, let me talk a little more. You know what I mean? It's like, again, and then boom, you ended up talking for, like, freaking an hour. Like, that's happened so many times. Every time. Like, when I went to do Rick Beato videos originally, I was like, freaking, I'll talk about this Rick video for 8 minutes. I don't feel like it. Win. And, you know, and there's nothing wrong with, like, not feeling like it. But I just, like, you're just, like, you don't feel like it right now because you have a lot of emotions. You don't actually have any problems. Like, you don't have concerns, you have feelings about something. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you don't have considerations, you have concern. Yeah, I think that's what I like to say is like, do you have considerations about, you know, regarding something? Oh, well, these things, I want to consider these things about this. Or, I'm concerned, oh my God, I'm so concerned about this. Like, if you have concerns, if you have considerations, like, wait, no, where should I put my feet on this exercise? It's like, no, when you say, okay, I want to do this with this, do you know what blank should cause for blank and how to check if blank is doing blank? Like, those are considerations. Those can be useful. But being able to pop out of yourself and look down at you and go, like, we're playing The Sims right now. Is this character blah, 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 or, and it'll go, blah, blah, blah. Or does this character actually, like, have a knife in his friggin' foot he needs to take out, a piece of glass? You know? That's different, you know? It's like, that's freaking different, all right? And what are you going to do about it? No, so the idea is you want to commit to, like, a little bit, and maybe do one of those tricks if you like. I was like, I'm just going to do a video. Just a video. Like the third video I recorded today. A couple of more test videos. I might not even post them. Who cares? It's like freaking, but I was just like, I'm going to do a video today. Make the lights up. I'm going to set a light. I'm going to set up a big light right here. Little light, and little light right there. The TV screen, why does it like have this aura? Okay, I don't know how much of that we got, or if that got cut off, but basically the idea is, where do musicians go wrong? Yada, 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 why do they fail? Why do they not? It's because they don't know all these things, don't learn all these things, right? So the way to do that is to figure out how you can do something over a long duration of time, and the way you do that is you want to do something sustainably. Sustainably. You want to do it in such a manner that you could do it not just today, not just tomorrow, you can do it every single day. And so when you realize, like, oh, I want to be able to keep, like, in theory, I should be able to keep doing this for the next 40, 50 years. Oh, that means I need to, like, actually, like, not go that hard today. I need to do a little bit today, you know, maybe a little bit in a couple days, like, once a week. Let me start with once a week. And let me just do the easiest version of the thing. And then I'm going to say have as much fun as possible when I'm doing the thing. And slowly, you'll say, okay, I'm having fun doing that. Let me do a little more. Let me do it, you know, twice a week. Let me do it, you know, for twice as long. If I'm doing 5 minutes of push-ups or whatever, and I'm having fun. Or 5 minutes of making YouTube videos. It's like, okay, I've been doing daily video, 1-minute videos on YouTube. It's like, okay. And then you would go like, okay, let's do a 5-minute video. You know, let's do a 10-minute video. Like, slowly that'll build over time if you're chasing what's the most fun. If you hate freaking editing a certain style of video, then don't make it, you know. I'm just using the video example because I'm literally making a video right now with you. I'm talking with you. Rick, let's see what Rick has to say for the last 20 seconds. I just kind of bummed that the video doesn't seem to be recording. It is recording, but I'll check this out.
Successful on this platform, even if you start from scratch today, because it's not. You can start from scratch and get a huge channel right now. I have friends who have done it.
I've done it
for years.
Right now.
But it is different.
Mega famous.
When you're competing against people, let's say somebody like me that's 60 years old, and you're 30 years old, not only is my competitive advantage the length of time I've been on YouTube, but it's also my age. Being 63 does give me a competitive advantage.
It does.
Why is that? When I'm talking about music from the 60s, I was alive
during the 60s,
and the 70s and the 80s.
Sure, but then, okay.
So I was able to live And here
people don't need to
radio in the 60s.
People don't need to make videos about what happened in the 60s to grow a YouTube channel. Like, look at Fen McKenty, who, you know, is like probably in his late 30s, maybe early 40s now. He had a show called the Punk Rock NBA, and he made all these videos.
Jazz music when I was in college in the 1980s, and I taught jazz studies. I taught jazz history. I played classical music in the 60s and the 70s. And the
Video still recording?
And I have this.
Thank God.
I
want to go to the gym. Rick, speed it up.
Not only on one instrument.
Get to it, Toots.
So as far as
he has more skills.
To talk about Jimi Hendrix, because I remember when Jimi Hendrix was putting out records, and I remember when the Stones were putting out records, and the Beatles, well, the Stones were still putting out records, and all these artists aren't even with us anymore. So it's hard for a young person to come in and start a channel and compete with someone that's old like me, have this experience. But it's not.
I love you, Rick. It's not.
Have a successful channel, but the things you need to do are actually the things that I did.
Oh.
You need to outwork other people.
Hey!
You really need to just dedicate yourself.
Woo!
And put in the work that it takes. It takes a lot of work to be successful at anything. The next thing is that you have to keep learning. If I didn't keep learning throughout my channel,
So I said you gotta be consistent, right? Which means, and eventually. So here's the thing. You need to do it a lot. Eventually, the goal is to become the person who does a lot, often, and continues to grow and learn and to get better at what they're doing. So not only do you have something, you're doing more of it, you're getting better at it, and you're doing a lot of it. And so the goal isn't to just do that. Freaking like burn marks on this or something. There's a freaking battery acid leaking. Freaking that's crazy, dude. Anyways, the goal is to do, is to become that person. It's to build that identity within yourself. And it's like almost anti-imposter syndrome. It's imposter syndrome. It's like build the fact that no, that is who I am. That's persona. Like that's my identity. That's like that self-image I've built up. And so the way you do that, I was saying was, you pick, I swear to gosh, if this video is not still going, I just keep paranoid, I keep needing to look at it. Okay. Basically, no, if you pick a little bit of the thing, and with a little bit of consistency, and then you just say have more and more fun, it's going to become fun, so you want to do it more, and you want to do more of it. And then as you say, well, how do I do more fun? You're going to keep getting better and better and better. And that's also going to stop you from doing things that, like, needlessly suck. Because if I'm like, I was doing this one style of video and I really hated it and took forever to edit, I'm like, this kind of sucks. Let me do something different. And you eventually find the one that you have the most fun with, and then you do more work. And then, because you're doing so much work and so fun, then you do more of it more often, and then you keep learning. Like, this is what happens if you kind of follow the pick an easy consistency, pick an easy version of the thing, and then have as much fun when you're doing it. That leads you to this.
Not be able to be doing this 9 years into it. I didn't know I was going to be making videos on AI. I didn't know I was going to be making videos on a lot of the topics that I talk about now because they didn't exist before.
Yeah.
And the last thing is, somebody's got to be successful, so why can't it be you?
There we go.
That's the thing that I always thought when I started my channel. It's like, hey, somebody's got to be successful.
Why can't it be me? And that's a beautiful note.
Thanks so much for watching.
Thank you, Rick. If you pause, turn off the Rickovision. That, beautiful people, is exactly what I agree with. I agree with that. Doesn't want to do that. Thanks for watching. Talk about rock and roll music, that kind of stuff. Got a band, Black Licorice. You can go check that out. Little demure ending off this video. Yeah, go. There should be a freaking animation. It's gonna pop up on screen. You can go click that, watch that, do that. If you're in Austin, Texas, hit me up with things I gotta check out in the comments. You're freaking find me on Instagram down there. DM me or whatever. But yeah, thanks for watching. Yeah, I'm happy to be here in Austin. It's cool. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Like if you liked the video. Subscribe. Please subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!